I woke up from a nap and I go on YouTube and I see Kanye West in DJ Academic's interview. I blinked twice at that thumbnail. Now, I sat down and I listened to it, and I don't want to get too political as usual, but I do want to talk about one specific thing Kanye spoke about. He made a point, and this is why I've been saying in numerous videos. I even said this last video. He mentions that a lot of entertainment companies, the executives and management are mostly or all Jewish. And he specifically makes a point about record label executives and the music industry and says basically, look, these executives who happen to be Jewish, they promote, advertise, and profit by billions per year off of black struggle, culture, and pain. You know, drill rappers, drug usage, betrayal, quote, the streets, thoughterly, lack of education in the black community, broken households, throwing that football and your dad never comes back, you know, et cetera, that type of thing. Those are consistent stereotypes and things that plague the black community. And I said this in this video right here. Y'all remember that breakout point in that video? I said, I'm black, by the way, but I don't fuck with niggas. Why? Because y'all want to slap box for no reason. Y'all obsessed with drill rappers for some reason. You're fascinated with gang culture, even if you're born in the suburbs and nowhere near that. Y'all always want to talk about starting a business, but never do it. And half of the time, y'all want to freestyle in the car and smoke a blunt. That's not every black person, but that's how niggas act. So Kanye makes a point that these record label executives are promoting and banking off of these destructive stereotypes of the black community and the pain that black men and women go through. Yet if he decides to promote their pain, which is Nazism and other anti-Semitic notations, suddenly it's a problem. How come they're allowed to do it, but he can't? And he says people are coercing or in a sense threatening people around him or associated with him by almost in a sense, no pun intended, blackmailing them to go against Kanye. He said, like, for example, and I may have misheard certain details about this, but if I understand correctly, he said somebody called up Ty Dolla $ign and said, yo, if you don't make a tweet right now denouncing whatever Kanye is saying, we're going to drop all the small artists under your label or name. Now think about this. Let me put this in a more relatable situation for most people watching or listening to this video. Let's say you, whoever you are, let's say I decide to hire you, right? You can, I don't know, edit my videos, promote my music, make my thumbnails, anything, right? That's your specific job. And let's say I pay you handsomely. I pay you so well, hey, you can quit your current job if you have one. If you don't, guess what? You got money to support yourself now. Because I pay you so well, you can pay your bills, feed your family, your loved ones. You have a sense of freedom in a sense. And realistically, if I were to do that, give that opportunity, I would handle it a certain way. I wouldn't independently contract or hire any of you. I would probably go through a media company or some sort of financially literate individual or expert, like a lawyer. Like, you depend on me to pay your bills. So if I'm going to hire people on some seriousness, I will go through the proper contract with the lawyer and just handle it how it's supposed to be handled. But let's say one day someone gives me a phone call and it's like, yo, Aku, in a video you uploaded in 2021, 4 years ago, you said something completely disrespectful and insensitive. And I demand right now you make a video apologizing for what you said 4 videos ago, Aku. 4 years ago, Aku. And I said to this person, yo, that was 4 years ago though. Like that, the video isn't even up, by the way. I deleted it for a reason. I didn't say the right things. And then they go like, yo, well, one of the YouTube executives has this video though, and is willing to use it to take down your channel and completely deplatform you from everything. So either make an apology video, Aku, or you're going to lose everything. Now that's blackmailing. And I could just be like, nah, I'm not going to be pushed around. Like, yo, you threaten me? I'm not going to be pushed around. I'm not going to be attacked like this. I could be like that, the tough guy, right? Or I have to be considerate to the situation. Remember, I hired you, right? I hired you. But if I get deplatformed, where's my money coming from now? So how am I going to pay you? So now your livelihood that has been paying your bills, supporting your family and so forth is now at risk unless I make an apology. Do I throw away your livelihood? You quit your job for this, bro. Do I throw everyone away because my pride doesn't make me want to apologize? Do I throw it all away because I want to be the tough guy here and quote, stand strong, fight the machine, fight the system? while I lose everything too? Is it worth it? For real, is it worth it? And like I said, maybe I hire like a bunch of you guys. Now what? Like all you guys just lost everything. So going back to the Ty Dolla Sign situation, they said they're gonna like drop all his smaller artists. Who these smaller artists, think about it, they have a dream to chase. They want to be bigger artists who depend on making music, making money from their music or ghostwriting or whatever. Everyone's getting dropped unless you make a tweet denouncing what Kanye posted. Like, what is he supposed to do? Like, so when Kanye is saying like it's the quote Jews doing that, he's obviously referencing these executives in these business administration roles who are a majority Jewish individuals in these positions. Now, this is like what I meant about the niggas. Not every black person acts like a nigga, but I know people who have only experienced niggatry from black people. And they assume all black people are like that because of that. Or I know people who barely have experience with black people. And because of that, again, they only experience niggatry or they only seen it on social media. And they're like, man, black people are weird. Like, see, they say something like that, like black people are XYZ. And they say black people, that's such a broad population right there. Like the same goes with Jews. The stereotype of Jewish people being money hungry and paying things in quiet is not something that represents every Jewish person. So personally, this is why I don't rock with the Nazism that Kanye is promoting. Like, I don't agree with that approach. Dude is mad about a handful of Jews and is promoting an ideology that many Jewish individuals had family members suffer through. These Jewish people had nothing to do with his objectives. Sure, a handful of Jewish executives are using their power to do whatever or push whatever narrative, according to Kanye. But to attack a full population because of a handful of Jewish executives is completely ignorant to me. I don't even know these people personally. Kanye apparently does. So I can't be sure these executives are genuinely playing the Jewish stereotype. But all I know is that regardless, whether they are or not, attacking a full population with hateful ideologies doesn't make much sense to me. When Kanye says that they're promoting black stereotypes through the music and entertainment industry, I don't disagree. But what's sad is that you niggas like it. You niggas keep consuming it and obsessing over it. Y'all will watch like 2-hour documentation about 63rd Street, bro. What the fuck? Like, I don't understand. So if they, if they got a business to run, the music industry, and the consumers keep feeding the niggatry, how can you be mad they're investing more money into that? They're trying to run a business. They're signing and promoting they're signing and promoting the most hood dude of all time in the local neighborhood who sucks, but will be in a RICO case in 2 years so they could drop him, not support him anymore. Because of what he represents. He gets the privilege of being promoted just because he fits what you guys want so badly. What you guys are consuming. I consume it. I'm not gonna lie, I won't watch a 2-hour documentary on King Von, but like, bro, what I see this, even though I see this sort of imagery in the entertainment industry, right? The black stereotypes, I don't even get mad or reject the whole thing in general. It's what people want to hear, and people will treat it like a business. You ever hear a song so much that you eventually like the song because they keep playing on the radio or something like that? They programmed it at this point. And you know what? Y'all are aware of it at this point, but y'all keep consuming it like that. And y'all will keep feeding into it as well. So, and this is why I've been saying for years in my videos, and the main point here, with what Kanye is saying about people are blackmailing him and those around him are associated. And listen, we're in a system that exploits our flaws. Let's take a step back from the entertainment industry, right? Don't you think these people in power, and when I say these people, I'm talking generally. I'm not talking just Jews here, okay? So let's not play that, okay? Anybody who's in power right now, don't you think they are also funding certain political ideologies, certain social issues? This just shows you, like, y'all obsessed with the president, right wing, left wing, Democrats, Republicans, blah, blah, blah nonsense, right? But y'all not thinking about the people putting money in their pockets to begin with. The true, quote, leaders of this world are those in the shadows with the money to fund certain things and push certain narratives that are favorable to them. I always say the programming is too deep. This sort of machine or system Whoever's in the shadows, those are names we will never know or hear of. Trust me. We'll never know who these people really are. Trying to fight the system is problematic because it's a war that has too many advantages against the people. We can all fight. We can all march and try to create a revolution. But we've been programmed and have habits of just being mad about something for like 2 weeks maximum. Y'all raging about somebody or something for like one day on Twitter or on Facebook. Oh, cancel! I'm gonna cancel this guy. You're mad about you're mad at like some YouTuber or something, right? Because he did something or said something or he or she did something, right? You'll be mad for 3 days. You'll go back to watching the person. Like that. That's just how we are. People move on nowadays. You know what I'm saying? We have a very short attention span. And like I'm not saying you'll be resentful and let somebody live rent free in your head, like a person who doesn't even know you exist, like a YouTuber or something like that. I'm just saying, bro, like we have our population is just generally faster now, generally faster to move on. These shadow leaders, quote, shadow leaders, they understand that. And y'all can march and do everything, but it doesn't imply changes will be made anymore. Last video, I spoke about the Luigi situation, the healthcare situation, right? I had issues with United Healthcare too. But you see, that situation happened. All they did was take the CEOs off these healthcare websites. Has anything changed with the healthcare system? See, this revolution stuff is not working anymore. Like, it's not the same anymore. Many years ago, you could have marched or done something like that, and everything would change like that. Many years ago, these parades and marches. But here's the thing. I've always seen this historically, that this is true here, but not only do revolutions help change the system, but if that doesn't work, notice how the machine always eats itself. These shadow leaders or some sort of corruption happening or dark time in history, look historically. If a revolution doesn't happen in terms of like the people, these people usually end up destroying themselves. Because pride and ego will always eventually create chaos and self-destruction. Kanye, for example, is a very egotistical individual from how he presents himself. I never met the guy, but how he's presenting himself. And that has indeed shown to also cause chaos and destruction. See my point here? Now, the thing about people with pride and ego who have more control, think about them. The ability to be the puppet master. Eventually, the machine will destroy itself or others within the system, and changes will happen due to that. And I always felt that way about like celebrities, for example, who you see get exposed for like a crazy past, like the whole Diddy situation, or even Epstein, R. Kelly, people who were heavily protected by the puppet masters, by the machine, and they were taking advantage of the machine and the system. The machine ate its own people. It destroyed its own people. It exposed its own people when it has no more usage for it, or you make the wrong person angry. You know what I'm saying? The programming is too deep and the machine will continue to feed off of itself. And like I said last video, I just wish people understood, like, if you want to support a certain ideology or you have certain opinions, it doesn't have to be performative. This is where I disagree with most of what Kanye is doing, like wearing this outfit. I think we all get the point. You're being performative. You're doing things for shock value, but you do that, and in the same breath, you're complaining about how people are turning their back to you. I feel betrayed. Well, because they have to fold, because they're being blackmailed due to your performative behavior. I understand his points, but now you're harming other people or getting other people in nasty situations, which they don't deserve to be in. I feel bad for Ty Dolla $ign. As far as I'm concerned, bro just wants to make music, okay? And he likes working with Kanye, all right? So, but now he got to put up with this BS. And there's probably many other stories and phone calls that are probably not being told or surfaced about people having to fold due to Kanye. Does that make it right? Does it make it right that there are people just blackmailing many people? No, it doesn't make it right. But that's just how it is. Unfortunately so. The world that we live in, this is the reality. And it's sad. It's always been like this. Like, people in power, they will use their power, okay? And people with ego, people with pride, People who are narcissistic will always take advantage of the privileges that they have or the control that they have. And they always say, pride cometh before the fall. So, too deep. Programming is too deep. Let me know what you guys think down below. This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. Times Square.
Nightmare 7 a.m. in the morning though. No surprise. Times Square's you and I under those lights. No disguise. Don't tell me everything you wanted was a lie. All those city lights, it's an endless night. Never expected you to bring me so much life. Close my eyes too long, then it's time to say goodbye. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Caution. Wait a moment, keep my heart locked away, it's filled with emotion. Gave the key to you, right in front of you is open. Hey, try your best to not leave it broken. Oh, it's been a while since you know it's frozen. Not the